Uh, I don't remember. You know, HARP is the project to send radio signals to the ionosphere to like excite the ionosphere and create a little tiny piece of like artificial aurora, and then like you can like excite the ionosphere and like bounce a radio beam off it so it has some kind of an application or something. Um, it's in Alaska. You can go visit the place every year. There's like a public tour where you can like go visit HARP. Um, but it has to be done in the polar region. I think it has to be like near where the Earth's dip pole is, in order to have the right ionospheric profile to interact with. Um, like there are no mobile HARP bases. That's not a thing. Weather radars are just weather radars. They measure vertical motion of water droplets. They're, when you see spooky beams and stuff, that's radars create. The reason they look like interference patterns is because they're interference patterns. So when you see weird stuff on the radar, sometimes they're actually picking up a bunch of ground stuff. But when you see like a thing that looks like a spooky beam, it'll often be like cone shaped, and it'll have weird, like blocky things in it that are in like a pattern that looks like some kind of a, something that your graphing calculator would do. Like the radars are really picking up that because they're interfering with each other because their frequencies are similar. So their arrays they're like canceling each other out and magnifying each other, and it's creating all kinds of funky effects that look like an interference pattern because it's actually detecting an interference pattern. It's not because there's spooky water droplets that are appearing there because magic. Like nobody who understands how weather works thinks that that's going to be a thing because the water comes out of like the water is already either there in the sky as water vapor, or it has to evaporate out of the ground or like the ocean or a lake or a swamp, or you know what I mean, like we have things called the water vapor map. We used to show it all the time on the channel because it causes people to understand how weather actually works. Like I could draw you a map every day of where people are going to see persistent contrails. Why is that? Because the sky has to be a dew point. So when you're in transitional weather patterns, especially, it's really easy to predict where persistent contrails are going to form. Like you could like have like a traveling show that just goes around and just convinces people that persistent contrails are spooky and deadly. And then there should be like a traveling YouTube channel that does that. Like that will be a fun job for a couple of years. Just travel around to wherever the persistent contrails are going to be, and tell people, smile, you're on chemtrail camera. Right? That'd be pretty sweet. When you least expected, you've neglected to know how weather works. Smile, you're on chemtrail camera. I think that'd be a good setup. Just do a complete parody of Candid Camera and do Chemtrail Camera. I think that would be amazing. I mean, you could have guests on, like go to the top go to Dane Wigington's place, go to Into Thin Air on Twitter. I don't know who are the big chemtrail enthusiasts. Yeah, I don't know. But let's see. What else can I rant about? How about pepper spray? I don't mess around. I'll do it. I will do it. I swear to God. I'll spray my own phone with pepper spray just to prove what a badass I am. All right, so let's see. What else can we rant about here? This is man. Nobody leaves any comments. It's pretty lame in here. At least I don't really.